Health and beauty are not the same thing. We see them put together a lot in media, if you just look up in a magazine or online, health and beauty are often in one section put together. And a lot of the times it's because the things we do, like drinking water, eating vegetables, they both add to both health and beauty. But health is not subjective. Health is health. It's scientific. It's something that you can measure, something that you can see the results from. If you eat a vegetable, you're going to have better health. If you drink water, you're going to have better health, right? Whereas beauty can be much more subjective. Some people find certain kinds of bodies more attractive than other kinds, but that doesn't mean that those bodies are necessarily healthy. I would really encourage you, instead of focusing only on beauty when it comes to making decisions for your body, instead, I would encourage you to first focus on health and then on beauty. So start from a place of, I'm going to try to be healthier when you're making a decision for your body, as opposed to, I'm going to try to be beautiful. Often, if you focus on trying to be healthy, you will also end up looking more beautiful. And the reason you will look more conventionally beautiful is because usually what we think is beautiful is something that is healthy, glowing from within, right? But that can also not be true. For instance, being super skinny or sometimes even morbid obesity is glorified as beauty. And I'm not saying that someone who is super skinny isn't beautiful or someone who is morbidly obese isn't beautiful. Those people are beautiful and have very beautiful things about them. But if those things are unhealthy, we shouldn't celebrate them as beauty, in my opinion. And I know this is a controversial opinion, but instead we should celebrate them, those people, as beautiful, not the fact that their bodies are not as healthy as they could be. So I am in no way saying that we should attack someone for their weight, or that we should even tell that person, you need to gain weight or you need to lose weight. I have had people tell me I need to change my weight before. That was not helpful for me in any respect. However, I also think it's important that we understand that beauty and health are not the same, and to understand that our goal should be health first, not beauty. Because beauty is great to have, but if you are just running after beauty, you are very much more likely to fall into unhealthy, disordered behaviors. So by this I mean, if your goal of beautiful is a ballerina body, okay, and by that I mean super skinny, super toned, no body fat, basically, you might be so driven to get that, what you consider beautiful, that you will deprive yourself of food, therefore causing yourself osteoporosis, organ failure, organ problems. All these things can happen if you don't give your body enough nutrients. Your organs will not have fat around them if you have low enough body fat, and your body will, instead of eating the fat around the organs, it will begin to eat your organs. So you need enough nutrients, right? It's very similar with if you are morbidly obese. Your body is going to have too much fat around its organs. Your joints are going to have a lot of pressure on them, and you are going to suffer from those effects. And those, being morbidly obese, can cause you to have heart disease, lots of joint issues, lots of joint pain, super high blood pressure, right? All of these things. And it's interesting, with being super low body fat, you can have very similar issues. Your joints will degenerate. Your organs will be eaten by your body. Your skin and your nails are usually just gonna go away. Your hair is gonna fall out, right? And with obesity, these things can happen too. Instead of focusing on, I think a super curvy body is beautiful, so I'm gonna go for that, or a super skinny body is beautiful, so I'm gonna go for that. Instead, I would encourage you to think, how can I have a healthy body? How can the body that I was born with be the healthiest? Instead of thinking that you have to conform to a beauty standard that you are told. So I'm not telling you that if you are naturally more curvy that you need to lose weight. I'm not telling you that if you're naturally more skinny that you need to gain weight. My point is, and I know I'm probably maybe driving this a little bit too much, but I really want to make very clear that I'm not demonizing any body type. I am saying that it is wrong, in my opinion. It's disrespectful to your body to make yourself look a certain way just because you think it's beautiful, as opposed to being disciplined with yourself to make yourself healthy. So I think it's good to be disciplined with yourself because you know that it's going to be healthy, maybe telling yourself to eat vegetables and drink water. If the goal is health, you're being respectful of yourself and you're going to have a healthier body. And I really promise you, you're actually going to be much more beautiful. So I'm going to share a bit of a personal story here. At one point, I thought the more ballerina-esque kind of body, super skinny, that's why I brought it up before, that was the beautiful body. And I would go to such lengths to get that body because my focus was beauty, not health, that I got super skinny, I got really fatigued. I now have my joints ache because they have degenerated from the fact that I was not eating enough food. My organs are all messed up, my guts are all messed up, because I didn't eat enough and my body just started to break down. I now have thyroid disease. All of these things came, maybe not wholly. I think part of it is genetic because my mom also has a thyroid disease and my sister does too. So I know that it's genetic, but I know that I feel much better now that I have gained 30 pounds. Whereas before when I was super skinny, I was super fatigued, super tired. My hormones were all out of whack. All of these things, all just for a look. It's not worth it, y'all. And I can't speak from personal experience, but from talking to other people who have experienced it, it's also not worth it. On the other end of the spectrum, with being super curvy, it can actually be detrimental to your health. So instead, try to find the spot, the happy place where your body can be, where you're gonna be healthy. So for me, I feel like the weight I am at right now is a healthy spot. And ironically, it's the body weight I was at before I tried to lose all of that weight. So I know that this body weight that I am at right now is a healthy weight for me because I don't have to restrict, I don't have to binge, I don't have to make myself not eat enough, I don't have to make myself eat too much to be at the body weight that I am right now. I have energy, I have less brain fog. Honestly, I still do have brain fog, but through my focus being on I need to be healthy, I've gotten to a point of health with my body. And honestly, I feel like I look much more beautiful as well, just in my face. Like right now I have acne right now because Shark Week is coming. But I just feel like I am honestly, it's taken me a long time to get to this spot. And some days I do look back at my much skinnier self and I'm like, dang it, I looked so great back then. But the truth is that, yeah, maybe if someone took a picture of me, I would have looked beautiful. But in reality, I was in a really unhealthy place and I could barely think, barely communicate with others, was really depressed, had a lot of anxiety at the time. God got me through it and God helped me be able to talk to other people who were able to encourage me to get healthy and to have practical ways to get healthy. But if you are in a spot of where you feel like your body is telling you, we need a change, listen to your body and look for practical, healthy ways to get yourself healthy as opposed to looking at a certain body type or a certain look that you're going for. Instead, go for health. So I hope I haven't pounded this into the ground too much for you, but I feel like it's a really important subject that we talk about and then we get into the nitty-gritty because I feel like it can be very easy for me to be offended when someone says that girl's too skinny. It can be really easy for me to be offended when someone says that because I'm like, I can remember when people said that to me. And I think it's similar with people who are obese. When someone says you need to lose weight, they can get very offended because they're sick of hearing that over and over and over again. And often when you hear that, people say you look too skinny or you look too fat or you look ugly because you're too skinny or too fat. And looks really don't matter that much, guys. Like, they really don't. What matters is your health and your ability to communicate with other people and your ability to enjoy your life and to live your life and to love others and to help others. That's the point, right? So I would really encourage you to think about where you're starting from. Is your focus beauty or is it health? And to consider if your focus is actually what you want and what you really need for your life to be the best it can be. I hope you guys have a great Friday. That's the day it is, at least when I'm recording this. And I will see you in the next video, or you will hear me in my next podcast.